Lee at Iridium. Hope everyone's doing fine today. So, album review time. This is one I've actually missed. Came out this year though. So, still early on in the year. I think it came out a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago. The band's called Barron and the album's called Sands of Time. So, this band formed in the 80s, 1987 actually. American band. And they basically, this is their first album. I think they've just, I don't know what happened in the 80s, but they've got together now. I think they were building up some sort of reputation in the 80s, but they never actually got to make any music, I believe. And this is the actual debut album, which is a bit strange. But that's exactly, I think, how the story goes. So this is released on Heaven and Hell Records. Like I said, American band. The vocalist is Brian Lee, guitarist is Pete Alvarez, drums Roy Gardner, on the other guitar Greg Ischelberger. That's just terrible pronunciation, Lee. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to pronouncing names. Honestly, I might as well just give up. Anyway, so I know that one of these songs, it might be more though, the first song on the album was an actual one in the 80s, because I was flicking through some stuff on YouTube, trying to look for some stuff on them, and they actually played this first song back in 1980 something at a concert, and it was filmed. I thought, oh, that's the song on their new album. So they've obviously redone that for the album now. So that's quite cool. So what do you expect from this band? It's basically, it's classic 80s stuff. It's metal, sometimes bordering on power metal, more new wave of British heavy metal, I would say. You know, that sort of, it sounds like sort of that earlier 80s sort of stuff. Not the late 80s where you're getting into the glam stuff. We're talking new wave of British heavy metal, that sort of stuff. So quite cool, you know, nothing symphonic, no speed metal, just plain metal. So, who do they sound like? Apart from that, sort of like I said, that new wave British heavy metal, it definitely got some Iron Maiden sounds in there, definitely. And I'll talk about that as we go on track by track. But for sure, there's some Iron Maiden influence there, without a doubt. So let's talk about the actual songs themselves. Kicking off with that track that I talked about, it was revamped, I think, from the 80s, King of the Hill. I mean, this guy can really sing. He's a clean vocalist. There's no growling or whatever they call it. None of that deaf growling. It's all clean vocals. He's got quite a smooth sound to his voice. He don't scream much, but he can scream. He screams right at the beginning, literally right off the bat, straight into the first song, scream, which is quite a cool scream as well. In this King of the Hill song, John Sykes type riffing going on, that sort of speedy sort of riffing. It's a cool opener actually, so very solid opener, very melodic, and as it is all the way through, quite a melodic album. The solos as well, you get quite a few extended solos on here, sometimes two in one song, so that's quite cool. I mean, on that first song, it's a very long and very melodic solo. It's cool. Next up is The Edge. Cool riff on this, very Maiden-y again. There's a lot of Maiden influence going through this album. The next track is Shadow Man. Again, the Maiden type coming through there. The sort of, especially the melodies, the guitar melodies that are going over the top. They don't always do that sort of, it's not about that gallop that Maiden have got, but the guitar melodies are very Maiden-y. Nice clean guitar parts in Shadow Man, with the, you know, really cool vocals as well. Again, sort of a more epic-y sort of feel to that Shadow Man song. Really cool song. Not Enough Time is next. So after a sort of little intro, you get a little intro at the beginning. This again is more of an epic tune again. Nice intricate guitar melodies as well. So, you know, really cool. They sort of mix it up with sort of more straightforward songs, then they go more epic-y sort of thing. Really cool. Next one is The Game. Nice groove to this one. Nice melodies running through the song. But the next one's probably one of my favourite songs, and that's the actual title track, Sands of Time. It's a sort of slow to medium pace song. More of an epic feel again. Some cool guitar melodies going through it. Bit of a Middle Eastern feel to this one. I like that. When bands have that Middle Eastern feel, I think it's really cool. Then we move on to Same Old Story. So it's got a gallop to it, if you like. Gang vocals on this one, quite a cool song. Full Circle is next. One of my more favourite songs again. Very new wave of British heavy metal. Some nice sort of fast guitar riffs going on in this one. Nice backing vocals. There's more sort of different breaks in this song. So you're having like quiet bits, loud bits like that. So it makes it, again, more of an epic feel to it. And it makes it more interesting to listen, that one. So Full Circle is a good track. Nightmare has left some sort of J.K. Lee style riffing at the beginning of this one. Quite a cool song. Next up is Caution to the Wind. This is more of a straightforward sort of metal song. With some cool sort of break-off melodies as well, and gang vocals again. So cool gang vocals, and it closes off the album with Man with Two Faces. Back to that real new wave of British heavy metal feel again. At the 2-minute mark, there's a nice bit that slows down. It's a cool part, and there's a really nice little solo over that as well. That's sort of more of a fast song, that, apart from the little breakdown. But rounds off the album nicely. So this is really worth checking out. If you're into your classic metal, you know, it really does sound like it's been pulled, with a modern production though, but pulled out of the 80s, that sort of 80s sound. So if you like the Maiden sort of melodies going through your albums, you like them sort of classic sort of vocals, really worth checking out. So Red Baron, Sands of Time. So I think it was released last week. Worth checking out. Hope you like the review. Let me know if you've heard of this band or not. And let me know what you think of the album if you're going to give it a listen. See you next time.